exercise our rights as workers. We want to tell our president that the Nigerian people are suffering, that the Nigerian people are in pain, and that's why we are gathered here today. We had the president the other day talk to Nigerians, but we are not.
Give us another mic.
I've mentioned the civil societies that are here. Comrade, it is legitimate for citizens to protest, and that is what we are doing today. Government increased the price of petroleum product twice, PMS twice. Government unified the foreign exchange and increased and tactically devalued the naira. The implication of these twin policies has been rising cost of food items. The implication of this policy has been rising cost of transportation. We are in a situation where people who are eating one daily meal before is becoming difficult to even access 1 meal a day. It's practically impossible for any worker to get to work twice a week. Informal workers who must hand daily bread can't get to their homes. Our colleagues are just reminding me that workers who work in factories, who work in many offices, sleep at work. It is a big burden on our people. Our cry is that government policy is meant to serve the people, not the other way around. Where a policy is not serving the people, the government must sit back,
move back.
And review these policies. For us at the level of NLC and the TUC, we've engaged government on these issues. We have an understanding that was reached on June 5, to the extent that government will address these issues with some measure of palliative. That government will take seriously about salary review. That government will address transfer, not to the pocket of politicians, but to very poor Nigerians. Because our experience in the past is that those exercises were to enrich politicians and their cronies. So we are determined to ensure that this time around, we want to engage and discuss how will this get to very ordinary people. We were concerned that government should be able to provide in the immediate mass transit buses and also provide opportunity for people to migrate from petrol to CNG, which is far cheaper. So these are the things that we reach in that agreement. And the government will also review its policies and make it in the interest of Nigerians. They sign, we sign. But between June 5 and now, nothing concrete has happened. And if you listen very carefully to President Tinubu 2 days ago, yes, good statements, good promises, no concrete thing that we can hold on to. So, and that's why we are saying that Nigerians cannot continue to live in this mystery. Nigerians cannot continue to live in this state of poverty. And the government has the purpose of utilizing resources of the nation to serve the maximum welfare of its people, not a few rich people. Because as it is, subsidy is for the rich. When I say subsidy, not just petrol subsidy now, we are subsidizing our rich people. The poor are paying taxes, workers are paying taxes. What tax are the rich paying in our country? So it's time to tax the rich. It's time to tax the rich so that whatever they get from the rich can be used to support the poor. That's what we want at this critical period. We are patriotic citizens. We need patriotic politicians and elite to stand up at this critical period, not to further extract from the poor people of Nigeria. But because what they are doing is that they are extracting more and more. And the poor have given enough, there is no more to give. We have given enough,
there's no more to give.
We have given enough,
no more to give.
It's time for the rich and the powerful to give to this country. It's time for them to pay taxes. Yes, it's time to allow
the poor to breathe.
Allow the poor
to breathe.
Allow the poor
to breathe.
Allow the poor
to breathe.
Comrade, before I invite the chair to speak, let me acknowledge the Deputy President of TUC. He will speak, our leaders here will speak, Commander Latuji will speak, the President and General Secretaries that are here will speak, because this matter affects all of us. For those of us who are in the manufacturing, we know the pain that even our employers have. We're not just workers. To access forex, to access energy, to access electricity and pay for electricity, Nigerians cannot even produce competitive goods. That's the problem that we are in. And government needs to sit down, not just mere policy pronouncement. The government needs to sit and dialogue with its citizens, dialogue with stakeholders about the appropriate way to deal with the situation on ground. Comrades, I will invite the Deputy President of TUC.
Solidarity! Solidarity! As I said, I want to appreciate all of you for defying the rain and assembling here for the purpose of achieving the base that Nigerians are going through. You are aware that this government came to power and immediately they came in, the subsidy on petroleum was ramped up. Labour has thought that before that would have done, they should have engaged us and then put some palliative in place before the subsequent removal of subsidy. But that was not the case. Immediately the subsidy was removed, I tell you, everything sours. Transportation is no-go area, food items you can't afford, going to work you cannot. And I tell you, if you don't go to work, what happens? You lose your job. And so for that reason, we decided to also partner with the government by going to Abuja to engage them constructively. And by the time we get to Aso Villa, we were asked to bring our charter of demands, one of which is the national minimum wage, which we put forward as 200 naira. 200,000 naira. Apart from that, we also gave a condition that the four refineries in the country must work, and Labour must be party to the supervisory committee that will see to the turnaround of all the refineries, and there must be a timeline. That the CNG, which is also an alternative to PMS, should come on stream. Among others, these are the charters of demand we gave to the federal government. Both parties ascended to that document. I can tell you that up to this moment, the federal government refused to do something concrete. And we can see that and fold our hands to see our people dying. Because as it is now, Nigerians are dying. Nigerians are dying. Do you know where I'm breaking from? From cement. What is it called? This cement? I trekked from that distance to distance. So, the last meeting we had with the federal government, yes, the last meeting we had with the federal government, it was the personal assistant that sent to us to come and discuss with us. What mandate have the personal assistant to either the government officials have to do with us? So we decided to work out on the meeting, and then we said, since the federal government is not giving us listening here, the only last resort is to call out Nigerians and let the world hear our voice. So here we are today. We are passing a message to the federal government that is a must that all the anti-policies that have been promulgated now should be reversed. They must reverse it. The PMS must go back. The minimum wage must be implemented. Buses must flood our towns and cities to cushion the effect of transportation. Solidarity forever.
Thank you, comrade, because we are already gathered here and we seem to be blocking the road a bit. We need to stretch out and move and then we will continue to take addresses from our leaders as we join in along. So, okay. Before we take a move, let's quickly listen to one of the leaders.
We have to come out and fight for our rights. Our future is in our power. We have to, nobody will fight for us, we have to fight for ourselves. And the present president, the current one, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he became a senator through protest. He became a governor through protest. And where he is today is a miracle. It's not an easy thing. And we must have to come out again and protest and fight for our rights. And fight for our rights. All his policies, all his policy has not been favoring the masses. All his policies has not been favoring the masses. Well, in order not to waste much time, we still have time to talk. We still talk to ourselves. Let's proceed.
Isoleto! Africa! Yeah, the time is 8:30 now. We want to proceed with our peaceful protest rally. Please, the banner, we go to the front. And this banner, the leadership, our presidents of union, national presidents of union, and the general secretaries, they are the ones that will hold the banner.
Fellow Nigerians, we will show them and that is the truth. And that we have a right to live.
Oh, yes.
We have a right to enjoy as Nigerians. A country that has been blessed multiple times, multiple fold, is wallowing in poverty. Will you continue to allow that?
No!
Will you continue to allow the poverty?
No!
Yes, we shake it first. Victory is for us, ultimately. Only when we struggle, because when you struggle, you win.
Yes, sir!
When you struggle,
We win!
when you struggle,
We win!
when you struggle,
We win!
Thank you.
bàjẹ́ gbogbo wọn lò lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ Tinubu lò lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ Tinubu lò lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ tí Nàìjíríà ṣe bàjẹ́ gbogbo wọn lò lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ.
in the front. Only the press in the front. Only press in front. Comrades.
Opportunity to invite our leaders to come forward here. I would like to invite the Workers' Union and the Deputy President of Congress, Ahmed to come forward. Let me also invite another leader. Comrades, I thank you very sincerely.
Sir, be at the center,
This is our collective struggle, and I'm really excited that we have taken it as such. We will march to the assembly and to the office of the governor to express our grievances and to put before them the complaint of the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress on the biting policies of the Tinubu administration. Comrade, let me appeal to our brother Rasman. Wiseman.
Sorry, sir.
Let us remain calm as well. Comrades, we will take brief 1 minute comment. And when we get there, we will remain as organized as we are. This is the leader of delegation, ably supported by Comrade Latuji and myself. And, yeah. I know. I'm talking from the headquarters. And we have our ever conscious, strong, agile, versatile chairperson of Lagos State Council of Congress, Comrade Ceci. Well done, madam. I also have here the Deputy President of the TUC, Comrade Jimoh Oyibo. We have here President, Vice Chairman TUC Lagos State. We have here President and General Secretary of Industrial Unions. Before I acknowledge some of them, let me especially recognize my brother and comrade, Comrade Abiola, the Secretary of JAV. Jude Achike, I'm also told, is here. Opportunity to thank and appreciate the leadership of the Nigerian Labour Congress for walking his talk. And I only want to thank everybody, every Nigerian, every person that is here present to be part of this historical struggle against all these draconian policies that have been turned out, which of course have brought a lot of pains, very excruciating pains on the vulnerable Nigerian workers and the masses. At this point in time, distinguished comrades, I want to encourage us to be very, very strong at heart, and of course, hold our faith and destiny in our hands. The message we are here to pass to the sitting and incumbent government of President Bola Tinubu is that Nigerian workers, the entire Nigerian masses are suffering. They are really suffering. The pain is getting too unbearable. It has to do something, even if it requires reversing some of the number of policies that it has put in place, which has brought very excruciating pain on vulnerable Nigerian workers and the masses. At this point in time, I thank you all. I encourage you not to lose faith in the leadership of the Nigerian Labour Congress, that certainly, quite sooner than later, we will arrive where we are heading. Thank you very much. I am Comrade Shegun Eso, the General Secretary of the Nigerian Union of Railway Workers. He Africa! He Africa! Struggle! Victory! Thank you. Thank you, Comrade Shegun Eso. I would like to invite Jude Achike. Freedom does not come without a struggle. If we think that the ruling political class in this country, since the period of independence, gives a hoot about what happens to you, about your welfare, then we are all wasting our time. It is only when you make them know that you are free citizens,
and as citizens you have rights that are fundamental to you, and that you can determine your fate and your destiny. That is, and you put them under constant pressure. That is the only time they will realize that the people must breathe. It has even gone beyond suffering. Our people are dying on a daily basis. They are dying on the roads, they are dying in their homes, they are dying in hospitals, they are dying because they do not have medicine. I will only stop with this song. Please. When I remember suffering, what I run away behind. When I remember subsidy, what I run away behind. Everybody are suffering. Each houses are suffering. Each are saying they want to give 12 million, 200 numbers in population. It's not possible. In one of the COVID, how do they dispel it? That was a fraud thing. Then the issue of NLC is not the issue of tribalism. The president, the general secretary, because they are Igbo, that is not the reason why we are going on protest. We are going on protest because of the implication of the removal of the fuel subsidy. A lot of people have been going around blackmailing the Congress, saying a lot of things. Please do not listen to them. Don't answer them. With all these problems on the ground, they are increasing both the lower and the upper chamber. They've increased the allowance. I wish you are aware of that. When we are suffering. To eat 3 square meals, we find it very difficult. So I have to appreciate every one of you. And I've said it once and I'm repeating it again. The current president, Comrade Bola Tinubu, he got to where he is through protest. Yes, through struggle, through protest. Before he became the senator, there was a protest. Before he became the governor of Lagos, there was a protest. Where he is today, he said he will not come. It's not an easy thing. So nobody can tell us not to protest. Nobody can tell us not to go on strike. It's our right. Going on strike is our right. And no strike that is legal. All strikes are illegal. Going to court, go and seek for an injunction, you are your own. We must do whatever we want to do. Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
Your name, sir? Thank you, Comrade Auditor of Congress, President of Nuflampe. Comrades, we are united by poverty. We are united by the struggle for justice.
The capacity. The only thing that is lacking in this Nigeria is the political will to ensure that social resources are deployed to make all our refineries to work. That's number one. Number two, we want to tell the Federal Republic of Nigeria rulers that as it is today, the workers are already speaking and they need to have a listening ear to whatever the workers are saying. And what are we saying? We have put all this in a paperwork submitted to them, but the political will to carry on and ensure that the generality of workers and the generality people of Nigeria are served better, not this kind of obnoxious policies that are not well thought of, is what we are crying foul for. And we are all here today to make a statement that Nigerian workers are tired of all these obnoxious policies. It is affecting us beyond reasonably doubt that everybody will agree with me that not only the workers alone, even the other peoples in the society, I'm talking of both the formal and informal sector, are all feeling what we are having now. So we are saying that in solidarity with all the civil society, we are saying no. And the Federal Republic of Nigeria, led by Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, should listen to the NLC now. Thank you very much. My name is Comrade Tunde Falari. the national president of Private School Teachers Union of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, comrade. That today, the labor movement is reloading. That in the means of abundant resources, both human and natural resources, God has given unto this country. The working masses, the artisans, they are wallowing in abject poverty. And why are we wallowing in abject poverty? You can satisfy the needs of the people, but you can't satisfy the greed of the ruling elites, which are very few. And you have seen it. This day you will hear that a snake swallow money. Termite swallow money. It is not only money, it is the money for our education, money for health, money to develop the country, going to few hands. And that's why Nigeria is being termed the headquarters of poverty in the world. It's very shameful. We are the only country among the oil producing nations that as today, we don't have the vanity of our own. It should have us. Can we continue like this? Can we continue like this? As at last year, UNESCO came up that 13 million children are out of school and very obvious because their parents are poor. But with the kind of police attack, the ruling elites represented by Bola Tinubu has unleashed on the working masses, which means more people will go into poverty. The same is clear, and our demands are this. One, government should go and repair our refineries. Is that not so? Yes. Two, government must reverse this obnoxious implement and say no to deregulation. Yes. Is that not so? Yes. Three, government must invest in education and they must revise the system they call commercialization of education. Four, governments must invest in the welfare of citizens. Vis-a-vis, health sector, education sector, social infrastructure, everything. And I want to say this. That this is just the beginning. Believe in TUC, believe in NLC leadership. We are here to salvage the situation. And that's why we are here today talking to Nigerians. Now, enough of holiday. We have had in the past. We are now on the job.
Primary responsibility of any leaders is to protect the welfare of his citizens. Our president asked for our vote. He begged for the vote. Yes, sir. And we voted him in. The what remains for him now is to do the right thing. Is to appreciate us. Is to appreciate all Nigerians. That 30,000 minimum wage should be abolished. Completely. What we are asking for now is clean wages for all Nigerians working. We cannot continue because government is a continuity, and we don't expect our president to start telling us what he meant in Nasrallah. What he meant in Nasrallah is not the business of any Nigerian. What he meant in Nasrallah is to correct the wrongs and make sure that the citizens are well taken care of. Yes, the welfare of the workers, the welfare of the citizens is in his hand. He's number one worker, number one citizen in this country, and he should make sure that the rights of every citizen are being protected. Many have said it all, and I don't think I need to repeat myself and repeat all what everybody have said, that the Congress are one. There's no division in Congress. The Nigerian Labour Congress remain one, ever vibrant. So there's nothing like divisions. And I want to thank my auditor who raised an issue that are we politicians? No, we are not. We are unionists trying to protect the welfare of our members. Yes, sir. We are not politicians. We are not. And nobody is using us. And nobody can use us against the government. Let the government wake up and do the right thing at the right time. Yes. Thank you, and God bless all the struggle.
willing and able pillar of Congress. Areas in terms of advice, pro bono representation here and there. I must not forget to mention my energetic, even though you look small, energetic, powerful co-street warrior, ageless Abiola, Secretary of JAM. We have full complement the General Secretaries of affiliate of NLC and TUC present here. We have full complement of several civil society organizations that are here. What is uniting us? The hunger, market union, market men, the hunger, the poverty in the land. That is what is bringing all of us together. We know a democracy, and we have a right to protest. When that right was threatened, our able brother here, our comrade here, spoke fiercely that we're in a democracy and people have a right to voice out their grievances. That's what we are doing today. We will give a few of our leaders to pick, and then we will present formally position of Congress to His Excellency. Because many of our leaders have spoken before now, I would duly acknowledge Barrister Emefiele to quickly, in a very short.
Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, leaders of the Congress, leaders of civil society organizations, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Our mission today is simple and straightforward. We are here to tell the government, the federal government through the Lagos State government, that ours is not a poor country. Ours is a very rich country with abundant natural resources and abundant capital development. We are therefore here to let the government know that there is no way SAP can be rebranded. Never. There is no way the IMF and World Bank can help Nigeria. No. The implementation of neoliberal policies are going to further pauperize the Nigerian people and increase poverty in Nigeria. Sir, for the people in the National Assembly, it is unacceptable to vote 70 billion. Yes, sir. Please, for the first lift of the National Assembly. But it's a lie. Because the National Assembly complex is currently being renovated with 37 billion naira. So, if you add, please, I'll round up now. Please, the 70 billion naira added with 40 billion naira for acquisition of exotic cars. That is 110 billion naira. If you divide 110 billion naira by 360 constituency, federal constituency, 305 million will go to every constituency. We are therefore asking the National Assembly people, if you want to make sacrifice on behalf of the Nigerian people, put that money in an account so that your constituency can have 305 million naira per constituency. And we must start with Lagos State. We must start with Lagos State. So when we go back, we must go to our constituency. Insist on a meeting of constituency with senators and House of Rep members and make your demand. Secondly, the IOCs are owing Nigeria $66 billion, $62 billion, international oil companies. Are you with me? Therefore, if you collect that money, and I've submitted a letter to the government that we can collect $200 billion. If the Lagos State government is ready to work with us, we can make this money available to the government. And that will be the contribution of workers in Lagos State to the ongoing development of the country. If we have $200 billion, we just remove $74 billion owed by Nigeria.
and we shall have enough money for development. Since I came out with those figures, nobody, no agency of government has challenged me. I'm therefore telling the government in Abuja, please, democracy is under threat in West Africa. Let us consolidate our own democracy by taking care of the masses. Do you understand me? Let the masses breathe. Let Nigerian people. Nigerian people. And the only way to do that is to get united. To demand from the government and agencies of the government money owed our country. If you get the money, you don't need to punish our people. And for the federal government, sir, $1.5 billion was voted for repair of Port Harcourt refinery. $1.4 billion for repair of Warri and Kaduna refinery. $2.7 billion was earmarked for Dangote refinery by the federal government. Oh yes, oh yeah. We are therefore asking, sir, what has happened to this refinery? Great Nigerian people, I thank you for your kind attention, Mr. Governor.
Let the masses breathe.
The masses will breathe. On behalf of Nigeria Labour Congress, leadership and members, trade union demands. We also want to bring in our demands as city workers and Lagos State workers. Lagos State is a fast rising city in Africa. And so, the workers in Lagos, our life should also depict city people. So, aside from the increase in the minimum wage that our national bodies are asking and demanding from the federal government, we are also asking that before that wrap-up of the minimum wage, we are asking for subsidy palliatives because it has become imperative that the government of Lagos State should come to our aid quickly. People are dying. This morning, for many of these people to come and join the rally, they trek from their various homes. The salary can no longer take care of our needs. We are suffocating and we can no longer. We know that the state government is trying. This January, we want the government of Lagos State to give us subsidy palliative of 30,000 naira each, at least for the next 6 months, so that we can be using this to cushion the effect of the transportation. We know that the governor has come out to reduce, but some of us does not take public transportation, and we need this money to fuel our vehicles. Also, we need to also add money to what we are earning to be able to put food on our tables. Health is very, very vital and important. People can no longer afford healthcare services. Sir, we also want to demand, sir, that agencies, parastatals, government should as quickly as possible deploy some of our vehicles, our buses, to all these agencies so that they can use it to transmit their workers to and fro their places of work on a daily basis. We have so many other demands, but we want the government to call us to a meeting, stakeholders meeting, so that we can dialogue and we can also look at. You see many people, the way they are shouting, they have not eaten today. We need food bank. We need food bank. We need food palliatives, stomach infrastructure. That is why they are shouting. Stomach infrastructure is very important. Don't let me continue to keep our deputy governor waiting. Let me forward the letters so that he can take it to the executive meeting and then they will deliberate. Sir, on behalf of NLC, civil societies, all Nigerians, informal sector, pepper seller, Abbas drivers, vulcanizers, bricklayers, all affiliates, civil society group, all affiliates of NLC that are all here, we hereby present the Charter of our demand from national and from the state. Thank you, sir. We will need your reaction, sir. We will also need your reaction, sir.
We have heard you. A lot of things have been said. We have heard you. And the letter has been given to us. What we all want is a better Nigeria. And I'm sure that we will get there. The leadership has said that the leadership has said we should dialogue. We will dialogue. We will dialogue. And then you will hear very soon. Amen. So the reality is we will meet very, very soon. We will read the letter and then you will hear from your leadership. I want to thank you because this is a peaceful protest. And like we said in the democracy, it is fundamental. So I want to thank you and may God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Beginning, we need to continuously challenge in a democracy to ensure that those that are elected work in the interest of our. We can disembark quietly from here.